One key to reducing the risk of falling is to have a good sense of balance. Today, we look at how to hold steady and grab your inner balance. Welcome back to the Tweak of the Week. I'm Tommy Larkin, and as always, thank you for joining me. We need balance to find the optimal equilibrium in most of our life activities. This is especially true in our physical form. As mobile vessels, we make movements in a variety of directions throughout our day. So having a good sense of balance is vital. This balance can be impacted by a variety of factors: weak feet, legs, and core muscles, clogged or inflamed eustachian tubes in our ears, poor footwear, lack of proper hydration, and, of course, surfaces which are slippery, uneven, soft, or move, all challenge our ability to maintain a center of balance. So today I want to share a quick way to build up these feet, leg, and core muscles while hopefully instilling a sense of inner balance. The positions are very simple. We are pretty much going to stand on one leg while balancing. We will then put it into a slight movement pattern, which can help mimic the common ways we may have fall potentials that come up during our day. The positions are very simple. We are pretty much going to stand on one leg while balancing. We will then put it into a slight movement pattern, which can help mimic some of the common ways fall potentials are caused. The work today is to work on three important factors. The first is to keep and or seek to return to the hips and shoulders to a parallel position to the surface you are standing on. The second is to learn to slightly bend the standing leg and use the toes as an indicator for which direction you may be tilting off balance towards. The third is to have a sense of drawing the energy and muscles of the body towards the abdomen and chest. So let's get onto the mat and work through these actions. All right, so here we are on the mat for the demonstration. But before we get into that demo, I greatly appreciate you hitting that like button down below. It helps me know which videos are being well received, and it helps in the YouTube world for growing my business. So I appreciate you hitting that like button. Thank you. Now, the demo itself, there's two parts to it. There's a stationary hold, and there's a movement that creates the essence of falling and learning how to come back out of that or use that to our advantage to find balance after maybe falling a little bit. All right? So the first one is simply standing on one leg. So I like to start with the feet fairly close together so I don't have to work the hip shift too much, because we want to keep those hip points parallel to the floor. So bringing a little weight into that left foot, we're going to lift that right knee today. Now you'll notice here I take the leg out of the way. They're a little bit off parallel to the floor. That's okay. That's the natural tilts in the hip, right, from the two sides. But the hips are still parallel. You'll notice that because my shoulders are still parallel to my hips, which are parallel to the floor. So that's keeping me in that neutral position. If I start to do something like this, you'll notice I can't keep the balance. I'm going to fall out of the pose. And that's okay too. This will help you teach that, right? So practicing in front of a mirror can be very beneficial to see where that position is, right? So two things that you need to know here. Hands can go anywhere they want for balance. I like to keep my hands close to my belly, right? The Tai Chi Chi master that I follow, he likes to hold a beach ball up here like this with the elbows. It's kind of a ballet style. Elbows and shoulders the same height and the shoulders relaxed, right? That's fine. Arms can be out here. You can put them on your head if you like. It really doesn't matter where they are. The important thing is that you're finding this balance here first. Number 2 is keep that lifted foot active. Spread the toes. A limp foot makes the leg heavy. An active foot lets you keep it lifted. All right? So that's our standing stationary position. Working 30 seconds if you can, up to 3 minutes would be very beneficial for building leg, core, and inner strength. Now the second one is a little excuse me, intentional tilt off to the side. I'm going to move over just a little bit. So what we want to do is lift, get back into our first position, and then we're going to turn a little bit, about 45 degree, and step out. Now I want you to first step with a controlled position so you can note where your toes are. The idea is then to get past that point, if you can, to facilitate more of a actual fall feeling, right? So then you would come back up and find the balance. So then you're going to step out, that back heel lifts a little bit, that's fine. And then you're going to pull back in. That's the bracing action, is the step out, you brace, and then you pull it back in. Now what this does, we'll do one more just for illustrative purposes, right, is that when you get that, if you were to fall off and then you're moving momentum-wise in that direction, the next step gets your hips stationary or parallel to the ground again, right? So from an angle, if I went this way and I lifted and you go out, right, and you're falling, when you pull this leg forward, you see my hips have gotten parallel to the floor. That's the practice both sides and you get this feeling, right, from the other leg. That's teaching the body how to find stability to the ground and parallelness to the ground. So there you go. I'd practice that one 5 times on each side and couple those two together, and you'll gain a lot of great leg strength, core strength, and inner resolve to avoid or lessen the potentialities of falls or the injuries that could come from that. So there you have it. I hope you gain great benefit from today's tweak and more balance. If you have any questions, let me know. Put your question in the specific tweaks comment section and I'll get back to you on it. And before we go, don't forget to click that like button. And if you know someone who could benefit from today's tweak, I greatly appreciate you sharing this video with them. As always, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.